Well, Happy New Year, everybody. As we are starting 2025, we are already getting news about the new Congress. New Congress starts on Friday, January 3rd. First thing the House of Representatives must do is elect a speaker. Now, they are going to be in trouble to elect this speaker. Republicans have 219 votes. Mike Johnson will need 218 to become speaker. And Representative Massey has already said he will not vote for Mike Johnson, at least not right away. So he is not going to be able to lose anybody else. But we're also hearing they've already got a rules package set up that they are planning to go with once they find their speaker. And this includes some changes. One of the big changes is to the vote to vacate the speaker chair. In this current Congress that ends tomorrow, it takes one vote, and any member can call for a vote to oust the speaker, and then majority rules. Okay, now they want to make it so it takes 9 members of the House to agree to call for a vote to oust the speaker, which will make it a little tougher, not impossible, to call to vacate the chair. And we could be right back where we were last September when we went 21 votes or 21 days without a speaker. And they went ridiculously long trying to come up with a new Speaker of the House. So they've got that. The other parts of the rule package include some bills that they want to try to pass that this rules package would guarantee make it to the floor. And part of that is a voter ID law. And we talked about it before the election. They're still pushing this idea of needing to prove citizenship in order to vote on a national level, having all sorts of documentation, etc. And there's multiple issues with this. First of all, non-citizens are not voting in any numbers that would significantly change the election. In fact, they just won this election in one which they kept saying there was going to be fraud. And guess what? They won. So did they commit the fraud? Or does it just not happen? I think it's the second option. Now, the other issue with this voter ID law is that not everybody has access to all of the documents that they may be required to have. For example, if you have somebody whose name has changed several times, their birth certificate may not match their current ID, and they would need to have the change of name form if they've changed their name multiple times, especially if you've been married and divorced and things like that. You would need all of that documentation. There's a lot of issues with this. Plus, it says in the Constitution that states are allowed to set the rules for their own elections, other than the date of, the general election and the midterm election, every 2 and 4 years. So I don't know if it'll pass, but they're going to try to keep up that stuff. And we don't even know if Mike Johnson will be the speaker, but they're already putting forward a rules package.